Alright, here we go again. So yeah, it's me again. Today I want to tell you about Sparta, the Spartan Wars, how Sparta was run, and what was actually going on there. So, real quick, back in ancient Greece, there was a city-state called Sparta. It was like its own little country. There's still a town called Sparta today, but it's small, and pretty much nothing is left from the old days. Now, about Sparta itself. It was mostly run by men, and it actually had two kings. Yeah, two. One handled domestic stuff, the other took care of war and outside affairs. So when one king went to battle, the other stayed home and ran the country. And here's the deal. In Sparta, baby boys were inspected right after birth. If they were strong and healthy, they lived. If not, well, YouTube, don't ban me. It's just history. They were, thrown away. Though honestly, that part is probably just a myth. Archaeologists haven't found proof of it, so for now, let's say it's just a legend. Anyway, Sparta had social classes, a bunch of slaves and a small elite class of Spartans, the actual warriors. And yeah, there were women too, of course. Sometimes Spartans would even attack their own slaves, just to keep them scared and stop them from rebelling, since there were way more slaves than Spartans. The thing is, Spartan warriors were trained like crazy, super tough, super disciplined, like military beasts. Not many could handle the training, so real Spartans were rare. But every single one was worth his weight in gold. Seriously, around the time of that famous war, there were maybe 320 of them total. That's it. So yeah, hardcore discipline. The whole country was built around the military, always ready for a fight. Now let's talk about the war with Persia, that famous one. Basically, Persia wanted to conquer Sparta. They sent a messenger to make demands, but King Leonidas, that's the real guy's name, wasn't having it. He literally kicked the dude off a cliff and shouted, "This is Sparta." Then, the Spartans teamed up with other Greeks, so like a few thousand soldiers total. If I remember right, between 7 and 17,000. They faced off against a Persian army of around 80,000. They picked a narrow mountain pass to make a stand. Smart move. They were actually holding off the Persians pretty well. But then, classic move, one of the Greek guys betrayed them, told the Persians about a secret path through the mountains. So the Persians flanked them, came from behind. That was it. Leonidas told the rest of the Greeks to retreat, and the 300 Spartans stayed to fight to the end. They fought hard. They took a lot of enemies down with them. But yeah, eventually numbers won. They were overwhelmed. Still, their bravery became legendary. So now you know a bit more about the Spartans. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Catch you next time.